All right, good evening, folks, and welcome to another segment of our show or programming here. So we're doing a special segment today. We're just waiting on Miss Kellyanne, hopefully to be able to join us. But we're going to be talking to Kellyanne Reese and her 10-year-old daughter about a little incident that they had that happened to them in their home country of Jamaica. And we're hoping that people, here in the Cayman Islands community will reach out to Kellyanne and be able to assist with her fundraising efforts. And we're going to tell you guys here what that's about. So Kellyanne, do we think we're ready now? Let's see if we can pull you into the stream. Good evening to everyone. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. All right, Miss Kellyanne, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear us?
Okay. Hi. Yes, I think we're good now. I can definitely hear you. Hello, young lady. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good. So I'm just going to recap before I start asking you some questions. I'm just going to recap for the benefit of our listeners, like exactly what happened, right? And then you can just fill in some of the story for us. So essentially, we saw this story in the Jamaican Gleaner where Kellyanne's daughter, is it pronounced Calissa?
Kalissa, right.
Yes, Walker is in need of an urgent surgical procedure to help to restore her hearing in her left ear after she was shot basically in the head. I mean, I see the gunshot wound that was in the photo. Really, really unbelievable that this happened to your daughter. We're so thankful, first of all, that she survived. I mean, I think that alone is indeed a miracle.
Yes,
Um,
yes, it
but
is.
I just want to show people, what it is that we're looking at here. I mean, look at how close that is. I mean, God knows that that could have been something that would have just been tragic, but she survived, and she does need some assistance now. So we want to find out from her a little bit of what sort of help she does require, and hopefully there are people here in the Cayman Islands who can provide some assistance. So, Kellyanne, can you tell us, please, how did this start? Like, what happened on that day? Give us just a bit of a rundown on the events of the day and what happened.
Okay, so on that particular day, Kalissa, myself, and my 1 year old, we went downtown Montego Bay
Mm-hmm.
to get some business done. And while in the vehicle that we were traveling in,
Mm-hmm.
there's a street that's called Makati Street that we entered on. And just after we entered on that street, we heard something like shots, but at first they didn't sounded like shots. They
Mm-hmm.
sounded like the bikes that always make the backfiring noise.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, so we didn't take it for anything. But
Mm-hmm.
then the driver said to me, Kelly, what is that? That sound like a shot, man.
Mm-hmm.
So I went and I looked in the rearview mirror because I was sitting in the front seat and Kalisa was sitting behind me.
Mm-hmm.
And when I looked in the seat and in the mirror, I saw people running out of the road. And then I saw a vehicle overtook two vehicles with four-way flasher on and hitting other vehicles out the road. And the shot started get the noise. The shot started getting closer, and I said to him, "It's shot firing." I said, press gas, because them right behind us. And
Mm-hmm.
the next thing I know, I felt something slap me behind the back of my left ears. And I said to him, I got shot.
Wow.
Right. So the shots
So
were
you,
there.
you were just driving. Were you in a taxi or was this like a
Yes,
friend's car?
we
It
were
was
in
an
a
actual
taxi.
taxi. Okay.
Yes.
So you're just
So
driving, going about your business, running errands. You hear what you initially thought were gunshots, and then you thought, no, maybe it's just something backfiring, a vehicle or whatever backfiring. But then at
right,
some
right.
point you realize it's much more serious than that.
Exactly. So
Mm-hmm.
eventually he got to pull off the road so the other two vehicles that were right behind us could pass. Honestly, I
Mm-hmm.
didn't even look at the vehicles that passed because my
Mm-hmm.
only concern was to know that my children were okay. And when I turned around,
So
I
in,
just
in
saw,
the vehicle with you, you had your 10-year-old daughter who's here with you this evening. And who
right,
else was in the vehicle?
my 1 year old baby.
Wow. Oh my gosh. I can only imagine as a mother how just afraid you must have been in those moments. So I did read that you actually told Kalissa to get down, to duck down,
Right,
and to
right,
try to
right.
protect the 1-year-old as well.
Yes, I remember. Yes, I did say to her to hold down your head and hold on to your sister.
Mm-hmm.
And but when the driver pulled off the road and I turned around to say, Kalisa, are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
All I could see was blood running like water.
Oh my God.
You know, the only thing that came out of her mouth was "mommy."
Mm.
And I said, try to relax because she was leaning over on the baby. And I said, try to relax. And I said to the driver, Kalisa get shot. And him say, hospital, hospital.
Oh my God.
I mean, she lost a lot of blood that day. We
Wow.
went to the hospital. They were sharing. The doctors immediately came surrounding her. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I am grateful for them because it's because of them and God why she's here. Because they lost her 3 times that day. 3 times.
What time of day? Give us an idea. What time of day was this? Was this like early in the morning, midday?
It was about midday. It was sometimes a little bit after 2.
Okay. Yes. My goodness. So, this happens. They take her to the hospital, and you say that she basically flatlined about 3 times that day,
Three
but
times.
thankfully
Yes.
they
Three
were
times.
able to revive her.
Yes.
And how long was she in the hospital for?
Kalisa was in the hospital for a month.
For an entire month. Oh my
For an
goodness.
entire month, yes. She suffered a fractured skull, weakness to the left side of her body due to the fact that the bullet has grazed her spine.
So the bullet actually give us what the doctors told you now. The bullet went through. Did it
Right.
come back out, or did the
Yes,
surgery
it came
have to
back
remove
out.
it?
Turn around.
Yes. Oh, it came through her face, her cheek.
Yes.
Oh my God. Wow. Okay. So they were able to successfully operate and
No, they didn't do any form of operation. No operation was done.
no operation was done.
No operation was done.
Okay.
The
So
bullet the bullet was just
because it came out clean, they just had to try
right.
to keep her alive and get her body to heal, basically.
Right, right.
Ah, wow. So what
But
happened after that? She's in the hospital for a month. What were your thoughts, the entire time that she was in the hospital? What were you thinking?
honestly, I was just praying to God that she comes out and she'll be okay when she comes out.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't expecting for her for to hear after she came out that her hearing was completely shattered.
Mm,
Because while she was there, the ENT came and see her, and she said to me, "There's a big hole in her eardrum. Her eardrum is damaged."
mm-hmm.
And after she came out, they gave us a referral, and they said to me, I'm going to have to take her to an audiologist to run
Mm,
some tests to see exactly what's going on. And after we went to the audiologist said there's nothing left of that ear. The entire
wow.
sensory, the entire sensory nerve was damaged.
Oh my gosh.
Then
Wow.
she gave us back a referral to go back to Cornwall Regional Hospital, and that was when I learned that hearing aid will not be able to help Palisa at all. I will have to take her overseas to get a cochlear implant. That's the only thing that can be done for her. She's
Mm-hmm.
unbalanced. She's unable to walk on her own. There's so much happening right now. I mean, I'm in a depressed state, but at the
Yes.
same time, I have to put the best out for her
Mm-hmm. Yes.
because
So
she's going through a lot.
let's talk about so does she have any hearing at all in that ear?
At all, no,
No.
no.
Okay. So the implant that you're speaking of would restore her hearing to a certain degree or
That's
completely, or
what
how much?
that's what they said. That's what they said. It would restore the hearing to at some degree. We don't
Some
know
degree.
how much it's going to, but they said it will.
Right.
And they
Okay.
said if it's not get done as soon as possible, then she can lose hearing in her right ear as well. And that is what I am afraid of.
So she could potentially go completely deaf as a result of this injury.
Yes.
Yes. Wow. So this is a really tough situation. So you would have to travel. Do you have a location like in Miami where you'd be going with her? Has all of that been figured out yet? Or are you just trying to, at this stage, to get the funds together to
At
then be able
present,
to
at,
take
pre-
the
at
trip?
present, I have a cousin in Georgia. She's in Atlanta, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
She works with the Grady Hospital. So at
Mm-hmm.
present, right now, she's the one that's trying to get all of this sorted out for us, as in to figure out which hospital there is going to be best for her and all of that.
Yes. What is your greatest fear with her potentially losing? I know you've already said that as it is now, she's having issues with balance, and I
Right.
think we can all appreciate the importance of our ears and how, they help to keep us balanced. But is she experiencing any other symptoms because of the loss of hearing in the one ear at this present time?
She talks loud. It makes her talk extremely loud.
Right.
She's having headaches. I'm not sure if it's the fact that she got the shot in the head, but she's having severe headaches. And there are times when she's dizzy.
Mm,
Huh?
wow. Yes.
No, she said it's hurting right now because she's been
Right.
having it from morning. She's been having a headache from she got up this morning. Most times it's in the morning, most times it's in the afternoon.
Mhm. So, is she able to speak with us?
Yes, she can.
Yes. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Okay.
I know that you obviously have been through this traumatic situation, but I mean, we're all here praying for you, and we want to see, certainly how we can help you as well to get the surgery that you need. Um, I noticed that in the article, it actually said that you want to be a physician, that you actually want to be a doctor. Tell us a little bit about what your dreams are for your life.
Well, I wanted to be a doctor because I want to take care of my mommy. But
Right.
someone told me that I couldn't get to take care of my mommy. I still want to be a doctor to help other people.
You want to be able to help other people.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I guess you can see how important doctors are. Even, what has happened in your life is, physicians have been able to work, as your mom said, with, just amazing grace from God as well to get you where you are so far. Tell us a little bit about your school. Are you in school at the moment, or have you not been able to go since this incident happened?
I haven't been able to go since the incident happened because I couldn't hear properly. Because sometimes they talk low and sometimes they talk too loud.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So we're hoping that we can get you some help. We just have a few comments here on the screen. Good evening to Miss Wee Wee and Jennifer. Yvette says Montego Bay is her born town. Sonia, thank you for tuning in. We have Miss Lorraine who's watching us from California. Um, so Miss Alice is also here. So let us try to figure out how best we can help you. Have you been able to? Miss Lorraine says that this actually happened to her aunt, her late aunt Joy, on Red Hills Road about 29 years ago, where she actually got shot and survived after having a bullet in her head. But it looks like they actually had to remove that bullet from the sounds of what Lorraine is sharing. But um, tell us, how can people reach out to you with a view to trying to assist with the funds? Have you been able to raise anything at all? I know you were asking for a plea for help there in Jamaica. We're talking about US about $50,000, which is Jamaican 7.8 million, to be able to get this surgery done.
At present, right now, a lot of people has reached out from all over since I did my interview with the Jamaica Gleaner.
Mm-hmm.
And we have raised, we're not at $1 million yet, and that's the honest truth. We are somewhere about 900.
Okay. And that's Jamaican dollars.
That's Jamaican dollars, yes.
Right. Okay. Is there a way that I know you mentioned that your cousin lives in Georgia. So is there a way that maybe she could set up a GoFundMe page that then you can share?
Yes, yes, she does have that set up. Yes, we
She
did
does
set
have
up
that.
one. Yes, because we did set up one from the initial stage. You want to be excused? Okay, go. All right, Kalisa is just gonna go take 2 tablets.
Okay.
All right. She has set up the GoFund from the initial stage when Kalisa got
Right.
injured because she
Mm-hmm.
realized that Kalisa was going to be there for a while and she needed assistance. So
Mm-hmm.
yes, there is a GoFund page set up for her.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So we'll get that link and put that up on our website a little bit later on to see if we can help drive some traffic to that. Lorraine is inquiring about if you have the referral from the relevant doctors in Jamaica to be able to go to the hospital in this US.
They didn't give us a referral yet. This there's a whole lot going on. Not even as much as our medical records. I'm able to get from the hospital. They
Oh
said
my
I
God.
have to. They said I have to request them. I've requested them over a month and more, and I still haven't gotten them.
Wow. So there could be
So
some potential delays on the
ex-
side of the hospitals and stuff in
yes,
Jamaica.
yes. So
Mm.
honestly, I'm just hoping that when we finalize this hospital or in the US, I'll be able to
Mhm.
get the referral from them. But I need to get the medical records for Kalisa so I can be able to take her to get a medical visa.
Mhm. Mhm. Yes, and hopefully they can help you with whatever referrals and stuff like that that you
Right.
need. Well, yep. Now time is of the essence. What have the doctors said on how quickly you should try to get the surgery done before she potentially starts losing her hearing in the other ear
He didn't give me a time frame. He said as soon as possible.
as soon as
That's what
possible?
that was his words. He said you have to try to get her there as soon as possible.
And this incident, Kellyanne, took place in early October.
The 6th of October.
That's already 2 months.
Yes.
Right. Okay. All right. Lorraine is also suggesting maybe looking at some kind of fundraising page on Facebook. She's asking what hospital in Jamaica did you actually take her to that's kind of holding up the records that if maybe
Cornwall Regional Hospital.
Cornwall Regional,
Yes,
she's
Cornwall
saying that maybe
Regional.
if we reached out to them, we could try to put a little bit of pressure on them to do the right thing. Which we're happy to reach out. I don't know how much good it will do, but I think anything will be helpful to see if they can at least try to get that part of it sorted and situated for you.
Right.
Mhm. So we will certainly do that. Did your daughter want to say anything else to us?
Well, yeah, so, well, I said it already a lot of times, but I still want to say it again. I
Hmm.
thank you all. I thank you all for assisting with the GoFund,
Yes.
and I really hope one day I can repay you.
Yes.
And if anyone who didn't do it before, I hope you can help. Please. Can
Well,
I
we're
say
gonna
something
we're gonna
about
definitely
you?
we're gonna definitely do our best. I'm definitely going to. Lorraine is saying that she's happy to help in any way that she can as well. So I know a lot of people will watch this and will be more than willing to give anything at all, folks, no matter how small. I think collectively it will add to the pool of what she needs. So again, this young lady, Calissa, was shot in Jamaica on the 6th of October in a very unfortunate situation. Now, according to the Jamaica Gleaner, this was a gang-related incident. You guys were just passerbys in a vehicle at the wrong time. And
Right.
um, multiple people were actually killed in that incident. It says that some three people were actually killed in this tragic shootout. So it was a shootout between, was it with the police or they were
Two
other
gang members,
gangs? Wow. Just
and it
in broad
was
daylight.
and it was rifle. They were firing rifle guns. So Kalisa was hit by a rifle.
Okay. My gosh. And your younger daughter, who's a year old, she was okay.
Yes, she was okay.
Hmm. Unbelievable. Okay, folks, we're gonna get the GoFundMe information. There's also Bank of Nova Scotia in Jamaica, this account number. So people can send funds to that account as well if they are able to access that online.
Yes, they can.
Okay. So I'll put that in the description here as well as the contact number for Kellyanne. And folks, just as an FYI, you guys will remember that during the pandemic, I was showing all of you how quite easily you can access Western Union online and you can send funds even to accounts and stuff all over the world, but including Jamaica. So that might be an easy option to send funds directly, and then as well as the GoFundMe page that has been set up to assist young Kalissa here in realizing her dream of just being able to keep her hearing. Folks, this is really, I think, quite an important surgery. Any final thoughts that you'd like to leave with us, Kellyanne?
Honestly, we're just seeking some assistance. If
Mm-hmm.
all you, anyone out there that is watching us tonight, if you can assist, it doesn't matter how small it is, it will add up. I
Mm-hmm.
just want my daughter to be able to have a normal life. That's all.
Mm.
That's all I want.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, Andrea, thank you so much for tuning in, and everybody else. We've got over 100 people listening to the program tonight. Tanisha says, congrats to you, Sandy. It feels so good to see you giving, highlighting Jamaica in this unfortunate situation. Yeah, listen, she was just an innocent person in the wrong place at the wrong time. Unfortunately, it can happen to anyone. I feel like, it's one of those situations where you just never know. And sometimes life will throw these unfortunate obstacles in your way. And I think that what we need to do is just do the right thing and try to help Kellyanne and young Kalissa here to get through this difficult time. And let's give her some hope for her future to be able to maybe achieve her dream one day of becoming a doctor. And it's important for her to be able to stay in school. Her future, I think, will be so much different if she's not able to continue her education.
Right.
What kind of student, what's her favorite subjects? What does she like to do in school?
Math. She
She
loves
likes
math.
math.
Yes.
Well, that's good if you want to be a doctor, I think. So yeah, so we will try to encourage young Kalissa to stay on that good path, putting her education first. And we understand the urgency of this. I think there are people out there who are listening to the program who will definitely be willing to help. So Sharon says, sending money to an account, she has to go to the bank with a letter to accept money from people here. I know that the Western Union option, like I said, I've used that before and that seems to work quite well. I think there might be some minor registration that is required if they've never received funds via Western Union from their account before, but it seems to be pretty straightforward. But yes, I'm sure that she will get whatever letters and stuff that are required to be able to get that sorted out. All right, Kellyanne, thank you for joining us this evening. I know that when we reached out to you, it must have been an unusual request to have someone from Cayman reaching out, but I read your story and it really touched my heart.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for reaching out.
Yes.
And assisting your help.
Yeah, we will help. I think the people in the Cayman Islands have been known to have really big hearts, and we'll help in any way that we can.
Thank you. We appreciate it,
my dear. All right, guys, have a good night. Good night, Kalissa.
Good night.
All right, Miss Kellyanne, we'll be in touch, and I posted, folks, her phone number. Kellyanne Reese is her name, And I've got her number here. It's 876-434-9497. She is available on WhatsApp. You can reach out to her directly. And I'm hoping that, listen, we have a lot of NPOs even here in the Cayman Islands. Maybe they can assist as well. But I'm hoping that someone is really listening to this, and share this video with as many people as you can, because the more people that know about this story and that can offer some assistance, I feel like the more, the greater the possibility is that she will actually reach her goal of being able to get that implant so that she doesn't lose her hearing. So again, folks, this is young Calissa. She was, if you're just joining the program, involved in an unfortunate situation where she was shot in the back of the head, basically, and it came out the front. I wasn't aware that it actually came out the front, but I see now that even in this picture, you can kind of see where it came out of her cheek. She's fortunate to be alive, but she does require our assistance beyond that so that she can try to live a somewhat normal life. Reach out to her mom, Kellyanne Reese. They're making arrangements for her to be able to go to Georgia and get this procedure done that will help to save her hearing. Listen, if we had even just the amount of lawyers on this island each give $1,000, this is something that is an achievable goal. So please reach out to everyone, every person, random acts of kindness, all these NPOs. I'm going to send this. I have quite a few lawyers and people that, have deep pockets on my WhatsApp list. I'm going to share this video with all of them in hopes that they will reach out and get this sorted out. And Kellyanne, please keep us updated on the progress that you're making so that we can mention it on our regular morning show so that everyone is aware of how the fundraising efforts are going. So they've raised about 900,000 Jamaican dollars. So they haven't really reached $1 million mark yet. That's just a fraction of what they need, because in Jamaican dollars, it is about, let me tell you what the article said, 7.8, so almost 8 million Jamaican dollars that is required for this cochlear implant surgery to correct the damage that she has sustained. So it's an implant that they actually will put in, and that will preserve and restore her hearing in the one ear and then preserve it in the other ear. So folks, we can do this. There's actually an institute in Australia, and there's the Miami, or the American arm, that they actually, make these implants. And listen, we've got doctors that are watching this program. If you're aware of someone who can even sponsor, maybe they could donate the implant. Maybe someone can get her to a facility where they will donate the surgery, and then she ends up only paying for a part of her, travel expenses and that sort of thing. I feel like where there's a will, there's definitely a way. Thank you so much, Lorraine. I feel like that this can be done, right, folks? So this can definitely happen. Okay, thank you guys, Miss Lorraine, Sharon, Tanisha, Sonia, Andrea, everybody else that tuned into the program this morning. Appreciate your love and support. This is the Christmas season. Let's see if we can't make a little Christmas miracle happen for young Calissa and Carrie Ann and the rest of their family. Folks, I will see you guys in the morning for a regular scheduled The Cold Hard Truth. So make sure you tune in at 7:30 and have a wonderful night.